Peggy Allen.
I'm Amanda Kievit.
And I think you're watching the 20th edition?
I think so, of the Millcast, our Junction Fiber Mill Millcast.
Brought to you from White River Junction, Vermont.
Yes, as we like to say, not quite live.
Exactly. Half-baked, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm great. How are you doing?
My daughter started daycare last week, so she got sent home on Friday with the bug. That is going around. That is what they say at daycare.
Yeah.
And so
the proverbial bug.
Yeah, so she was sick on Friday. She had a little bit of a fever, and now I'm feeling okay. Like I'm not like spewing stuff or anything, but yeah, so keep it. We'll probably face the camera a little bit more than in Millcast past. The show must go on, as they say. But yeah, just, thankfully she has actually slept through the night pretty well while she's sick, so I was surprised about that. I thought the sleep would be the big issue, but I'm just feeling a little muscle soreness. It's not COVID, at least. I took a test. So.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but I'm not 100%, so bear with me today, folks.
No, that's all right. That's all right. I had a great weekend.
Yeah, tell me all about it. You had a field trip.
I had a field trip that I mentioned in the last Millcast. I went over to, it used to be Jagger Spun Mill, and it's been bought out by a guy named Greg Fall. Very nice guy, very helpful, and it's now called Worcester, New England, which is kind of an interesting, Worcester Spun New England, kind of in the middle of the state near Sanford, and I think it's Sunnyvale, Maine. Huge.
So are they like a fully worsted mill?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so they've
they
got
are.
a comb and everything.
Well, he is pin drafting.
Yeah.
I did not see the comb, but yes, he is definitely Worcester'd.
Okay.
This building is 100 years old, no windows, 4 stories. You're seeing some pictures of it. It's massive with some very, very old equipment. But as Greg said, I love the old equipment way more than I do the new because it's not relying on all this computer technology. And he was great. He gave us a tour. And the reason why I was over there is I've been trying to track down some Rambouillet, which is a kind of a merino, very, very soft. And there really aren't many. I don't know anyone who's raising Rambouillet in this area. And we've been talking about trying to experiment of adding a little softness to the wool that we can source in Vermont and New Hampshire.
Yeah, like a little extra soft. I would say most of what we get is pretty soft that we end up spinning for our own line of yarn. But yeah, we don't
just playing around.
Yeah,
with
we
it.
don't have. The out west they do a lot of the.
Oh, this comes from an extremely large. I think she calls it a herd.
Wow.
So that's a test we'll do in the future, but
you got to go see the mill because you were doing the pickup there.
Yeah.
So did they actually process the Rambouillet at that mill?
Nope.
It just happened to be there.
It happened to be there.
Okay.
It was what we call a bump.
Yep.
About 30 pounds, done at the usual place down in South Carolina, Chargeurs.
Yep.
And man, he had huge pallets from them. He's on a very different scale, and he does spin Jaeger yarns, but from what I gathered, his primary business is that he is spinning super fine stuff for commercial manufacturing like socks and whatnot.
I wonder who's using him. Did he say?
He was very careful not to say any names. Yeah, I thought he's doing that for a purpose.
I love to hear that there's American spun yarn going into products. That's pretty rare in this day and age.
Very.
So.
And he hasn't begun to reach the capacity. He has big plans to increase his capacity.
Okay.
Well, that was a lot of fun. And then both our daughters live in Portland, Maine, and our oldest grandson, Emmer, turned 3.
Wow.
So
he's a real kid now.
Oh my gosh, so much personality.
Yeah.
I'm showing you a picture of him, but I also gave him, one of my presents was a garbage bag filled with things. And the first thing that he took out was 3 yards times 2 of this loose fabric I got at Joann's so he could make forts.
Yeah.
And he immediately got into the forts.
Yeah.
And then I got 2 yards or a yard and a half of super fuzzy, looks like a bear, one of them looks like a coyote, and it was a little too real for him. He backed away from that, and then I made 2 capes for pretend play, and again, he didn't quite know what to make of it, but I know over time he'll get into it. It was a lot of fun.
Grandma's bag of fun.
Yeah, and his parents had a bouncy castle which is absolutely hilarious. He and a
Yeah,
number.
you were saying that your daughter said that's like the thing now.
I guess this is not the first party that's had a bouncy castle, and a lot of I think 6 kids from his daycare came over for pizza and the bouncy castle. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I got to see our other daughter, Kate, which was also wonderful.
Very nice.
Yeah. Good weekend for you, other than being sick?
It was, it was kind of like a get all the things done sort of a weekend. I did have a very fun party that I went to on Saturday night, and actually Anastasia was there as well.
Is that
right?
right?
Some mutual friends, but it was like a roller skating birthday party for my friend, where they cleared out all of the furniture in their house, and somebody from out of state ended up buying, like on Craigslist or something, like a lot of like 50 skates. Like 50 pairs of roller skates, and so they just had like for like $100 or something. It was crazy. So they just showed up with a bunch of roller skates, everyone dressed up like sort of disco style, and we skated around the house. It was very fun.
Are the wheels rubber?
I think so. Yeah, they're like the ones with like the 4 wheels, which apparently. I don't think he knew I was going to this party, but my brother sent me a text. He's a little bit younger than me, that he had just purchased roller skates. It's like a big COVID thing. Like everyone got into roller skating, ice skating, that sort of thing. Yeah, so they're coming back around, but like
but the notion of skating inside someone's home, I hope that it's rubber and being kind to the floor.
I mean, they have it's an old farmhouse. They've got wood floors, so I think the rubber on the wood floors was fine, and they have it such that like you can go in a big loop around.
Oh my god!
It was a blast. Unfortunately, with Maeve being sick, Cody and I, he sort of drew the short straw.
Oh dear.
So he had to stay home with her, but it was fun.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So I'm driving to Maine on Friday while you're holding the other fort down.
Yeah, yep. So Anastasia and I were running the open house here, and it was a beautiful Friday afternoon. The sun was streaming in through the windows, the brand new windows, which we got a lot of comments about. Everyone loved the light in here. But we had a lot of really great folks come by for the open house and shop the yarn. I led a few tours.
All right.
I will say I think they went pretty well. Peg is normally our tour guide, but with her being gone, it kind of pushed me to expand my tour skills.
Good.
But yeah, there were a few big groups who had a lot of questions. They were interested.
Oh, really?
I think one of them was some sort of a knitting group, or they had some fiber group together. They all showed up, so
perfect.
It was awesome. And we had one of our favorite customers, Molly, came by and bought a bunch of yarn. She's the one who knits for her grandkids a lot.
Yeah.
So thank you, Molly, because I know she watches the Millcast. And we had a lot of folks who watch the Millcast say they like the Millcast, so that was really, really awesome.
That's very nice. Very nice.
So I think one person came from out of town who just was on her way up skiing. Actually, the last person that showed up here, she was I think I got the impression she just sort of stumbled upon the open house.
Oh, fun.
And she came in and she was the last one out, and she was just like, this is so funny. I've got it. My partner is not going to believe what I found. You guys are living my dream. She's like, I'm not from anywhere around here. I just sort of stopped by, and she bought some yarn.
Wow,
it was great. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
It was fun. We'll do another one. I forget the exact date, but it's in April. We've got our open house. So check it out on our events calendar. We'll link it in the show notes.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I forgot to tell you what I'm wearing.
Oh, yeah.
So.
What are you wearing? I see you're wearing your fancy new button.
I'm wearing my fancy new button. I bought these at...
Your non-button?
Yeah, my non-button. I bought it at the Vogue Knitting Live. The woman's name is... Her company is Jewel, Jul. And it kind of has a stopper on the backside. I thought it worked well. I knit this a couple of years ago. I spun it and I dyed it.
That looks
and
fabulous.
It's got an interesting... I'm going to slide back and show you on the back.
Is it does it have border luster or something in it? What is this wool?
I don't remember.
It's got so much luster.
I spun it very thin. I can't remember what it is. That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's not Corriedale.
3-ply?
But it's so you can see you knit this way, and then it increases back here. So
beautiful.
Actually, it's the pattern's called Weights.
Okay.
By Bristol Ivy.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
I really
great.
like it. I never wear it, and I was looking on. There's something I haven't had out. So
I love it, and you can probably wear that in the summer too.
Right, because it's pretty lightweight.
Yeah, that's great. I'm wearing this actually. I think Molly at the open house was like, you should wear that on the Millcast sometime. This I did not knit. I'm not going to take credit for it, but one of our sample knitters knit it for us out of our yarn. This is the Andrea Mowry Alpenglow sweater. It was AKA her Rhinebeck sweater of last year.
Yeah.
So it features our mill blend yarn for the main color, and then the variegated is the deep end. And then it has a couple shades of our, I think
It is. That's the dark, that's our first round of blue.
Yeah, Montedale Cheviot and Montedale Cheviot White. So it incorporates a whole lot of our yarns. It was knit, so the pattern calls for sport weight, but it was knit using our DK yarn. So she just sized down one pattern size, sized up one needle size. And I love it. I wear this to a lot of our events.
Yeah, it looks
great. It really shows off our yarn well. So that's what I'm wearing.
We want to introduce you, as we have been doing in the past, to one of our customers. Paula is she's just the perkiest, happiest person.
She is, yeah. We share, we have like a booth space next to hers for
the New Hampshire Sheep and Wool Festival, which is not that far off.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that soon.
Yeah, in May.
And then at the Big E, she's next to us too. And so it's always fun to be next to Paula. She's got a lot of energy. And she has some absolutely beautiful fleeces from her flock of...
She's got Jacobs and Romney.
Yep.
And they're immaculate.
Yeah, so we will let Paula introduce herself.
Absolutely.
Okay. This is Paula Ahrens, and I have a sheep farm called the Dancing Pony Sheep Farm. And I'm thrilled to be picking up my yarn today at the Junction Fiber Mill. This is Ellie Mae. This is Ruben Gonzalez. Behind me are Ensemble, which is a mix of Romneys. These two beautiful grays are my Jacob sheep, my adults, and my little rascals, my little lambs from last year. I just couldn't be happier right now with the product. I feel like Junction just really honors all of us shepherds and really honors the beauty of the wool and the character of the wool. And this is, it's like the happiest day of the year, really. So, Peggy, is there anything you want me to... Yeah? No, I'm good. See? Snuggle. All right.
She's just a happy person.
Yeah.
Even when she's having a crummy day, she's like, she's just happy.
I feel like when you are a sheep farmer, that's part of it. You kind of
you just kind of roll with it.
Yeah, you got to roll with it because you're dealing with all sorts of unknown elements all the time.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I guess I'll go with that.
Yeah, but her yarn is really lovely. So
really
if you
lovely.
do see her at a festival,
and she
check
does
it
some really remarkable dyeing.
Yes.
With colors that are bold, and she does
some
them.
neons. Too.
Yeah, she's got a fuchsia to die for.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Pardon the pun, but it's pretty great. It's pretty.
Yeah,
great.
last time we were next to Paula at the New England Fiber Festival, we ended up buying her her husband crochets, and he made these little bird, they look like almost little like penguin stuffed animal things. So I got that for Maeve, and she loves it. But shout out to the men who crochet.
Yeah, to the men who crochet. No kidding. So the mill has been busy.
Yes.
Taking care of your farm's wool.
Yeah, I'm so excited. This is actually really special for the open house too. Since I did the tours, it was fun to be able to, describe our process, and I sort of had the end of the ply run set up on the spinner. And so I was like, and this, I'm actually the customer, so I can say, this is my sheep, Maisie's wool. So this is, I'll start with Maisie. To back up, I have 5 sheep, folks, and because I can, I am keeping them pretty much separate. So 3 of these are just one single sheep's fleece just from this past year, and then one is a combo of 2 very similarly colored sheep. And that's because I have colored Corriedale, just like Peg. They're basically Peg's flock. They just live at my house.
But they're yours?
And so, anyways, so they have various different natural colors, and I wanted to keep them separate. So this is Maisie. I spun her fleece. She was one of our original 2 ewes that we took home from Peg's farm. She was the bottle baby that year, and we called her Tiny Tim for a while because she had a limp, and now she is super healthy and happy sheep. But she is graying out. So she started out super dark.
Yeah.
Now she is this lovely gray, which I'm thrilled about because last year I actually blended a little bit of Peggy's white, since I don't have any white in my flock, to achieve basically the same color.
Incredible.
So I spun it 3-ply. This one I haven't rinsed yet, so it'll bloom a little bit yet. And this one I have a specific project in mind that I am not knitting. So one of Cody's coworkers, Allie, she was at the open house
Yeah.
too, so she got to see this.
Oh, she was
being
also, and she
processed.
came to the farm for shearing. Oh,
Yes.
all right. So she's hook, line, and sinker, this woman. Okay.
Yeah, so Allie is going to, Allie auctioned off for her company, charity auction, that she would hand knit a sweater for somebody.
That's a really generous donation.
So generous, and
Wow.
she
I'm
is
not
a
sure
talented
I'm not
knitter.
sure I'd do that.
Yeah. So anyways, Cody asked my permission if I would be okay with another woman knitting him a sweater, and I said, look, I don't have time to knit you a sweater probably this year, maybe not next year, because I'm busy with Maeve, and I want to knit some stuff for myself. So anyways, she's gonna knit him like a fisherman's or Aran style sweater, and so I wanted to go for like worsted weight.
Yep.
I
that is
wanted the
gonna be-
3-ply because it'll make those cables. If he goes with cables, it'll make those pop.
And that
he
gray
wanted
is
the
so
color.
gorgeous.
Yeah, because he doesn't really want like the browns, so I thought this is gonna be perfect for Cody's sweater.
Yeah.
So and I'll have enough left for at least one more, probably 2 more sweaters.
Wow.
And then this is the one that's 2 sheep's fleeces combined. This is Bixby and Wilhelmina's fleece. They're both lambs that were born at my farm. I guess 2 years ago now. 3 years ago? This is their second shearing, so they'd be about 2.
2.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. The math. I was hoping this would be a little bit more bulky. This is spun at like 650 yards per pound, which is on the bulkier side, and you know, I'd say it's like a worsted weight, maybe getting into like a light Aran territory.
Yeah.
But I wanted something that would be like a quick knit for, you know, if I needed to make Maeve like a jacket or something like that. This would be nice and warm. It is 3-ply, so again, it has that really round shape to the individual strand. And it's got, you know, so much crimp in the Corriedale. This will be a very warm and cozy thing to wear.
Yep.
And then these 2 I'm so excited about. These are my favorites this year.
Yeah, these are just stunning.
So this is Brownie, who now should be maybe renamed Blondie because she has a definite blonde fleece. And this
But
is
she was
Regulus.
a Morit.
Yeah, so Morit is the...
Yeah, show the other next to it. So,
This is basically like where it starts, and this is where she's 4 or so now.
Right.
She's been out in the meadow, bleaching out, and
well, also aging out. The Morits gray out just like the dark do.
Yep.
So this is sort of like lamb's color Morit.
Right, so like similar to looking at this.
Yeah, exactly.
Maisie was never this dark. This is a very, very dark
Yeah.
But over time, they're gonna move into gray territory. And Peg's got some dark sheep that are looking almost white now.
Right.
And so similarly, with you're starting with this color and you're kind of moving toward this blonde, rose gold, whatever you want to call oatmeal. But I just, on a personal note, I'm very proud of her fleece because she, I think for the past 2 years, has struggled with sheep lice. And so she's always had, like, her fleece has always been a problem because, like, when sheep have lice, little flecks of skin will flake off into it, or it's more fragile, prone to breaking.
Right.
And this year, her fleece was so healthy. So
That's
I was
great.
very proud that we managed to get on top of that. And the fiber length was, I think, the longest of any of my sheep this year. And it just, I'm thrilled with the color.
We should say the lice on sheep are not the same kind of lice that humans get. So it's not like they're going to jump off of off the back of the sheep and land on you.
Right, yeah, that's a very important thing. So anyways, I spun, and Regulus is, again, he was a lamb. Actually, he is one of Brownie's lambs, and he's got super dark fleece. So I spun these at the same weight. They're 2-ply, about 1,300 yards per pound, so it's pretty light. It did bloom quite a bit, so it's now looking maybe like sport weight, I would say. I was afraid I was going too far into fingering territory.
Oh no, I think you're in great shape.
I think I am too. And I have dreams of doing like a dark sweater with the light yoke work.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun with these two. I'm really
hold
excited.
up all 4 together because it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, just fabulous.
My little family of sheep. So again, 5 sheep making 4 colors.
Yeah.
Very much not meeting our minimums for this spin run.
But hey, there's got to be some advantages to actually owning the mill.
Yeah, it was so fun, and also I'm very excited that they were all spun within a week, which is just pretty remarkable when you shear a fleece off a sheep. I mean, it doesn't go bad that fast, folks, but it's just pretty like satisfying to take it from on it. And now the sheep are still cold. I feel feel bad for him. I've got this.
It's amazing.
Fleece.
It's amazing how different they look.
I know, they look so different.
Yeah.
I can't, now the Moritz, I'm like, I can't even tell you guys apart because once their fiber grows out a little bit. But so that's been exciting. And now this week, I think we're going to be starting to process Peggy's fleece, which she's got a whole lot more Corriedale. And we love working with it because it's a dream. It just goes through the equipment smoothly. Yeah. And it's so soft.
Yeah, we've got 5 different colorways we're going to do with, it started out roughly 250 pounds of raw.
Yep.
So we'll see how it goes. I think we'll get started on it today, which is exciting. Really exciting, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and what else is going on in the mill?
There's the behind-the-scenes business side and maintenance side of the mill. We are looking at maybe having to replace our furnace, which would be a very big deal. The furnace, we know, the earliest maintenance card on it was 1993. So
and it was older than
So it's older than 93.
Did they say they've really never seen a furnace this old still?
Well, the first guy that looked at it, he goes, "When I started in the business, these were considered old, and I've been in the business for 25 years." I goes, "Okay, well, so that's so new windows, possibly a new furnace, all good. That's all good."
Yeah.
So that's on the technical or on the running the business side is sort of the big thing facing us.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
You knitting anything?
Yeah, I guess I will show what I'm knitting because it's kind of cool to see in comparison to this. I'm knitting a vest out of brownie wool from the first 3 years. So I blended all of her fiber together for 3 years to make this last year.
So this was this?
Yes.
That is so incredible.
Yeah. So she's always been a little bit lighter than my current Moritz, but so I'm knitting I think it's called the Stockholm pullover from Petite Knit, of course. It's very boring to knit, although I just love feeling this fiber, but it's just, straight up stockinette.
Okay, will it have sleeves?
No, it's just going to be a vest.
Oh,
I don't have a
it.
vest.
Okay.
She calls it a pullover. Yeah, so this is actually what I'm in the mood for lately, is just like sitting down. I'm working on my continental knitting.
Okay, how's that going?
It's injuring my fingers less, so it's good, but I think I was just as fast doing the
interesting.
Flicking.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
But then I would hit my finger.
Yeah.
And I'm not hitting my finger in the same way that's causing injuries, so that's good. So I think it has some ribbing along the cuffs and neck, but so far pretty easy pattern, and I like how the shape is.
And will it have ribbing at the bottom?
I think it does. Can't really remember.
All right, I believe you.
Yeah, and then I showed you guys the sweater I was working on for Maeve. That's white with the stripes. That's on hold for the moment. I'll get back to it.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So what are you knitting?
I'm chipping away at what I brought last. I forgot to mention this bag, which I just love.
Yeah.
Has a little zipper. Vicky made this for me.
Oh, that's so nice of Vicky.
Yeah.
Vicky who works at the mill.
Vicky who works at the mill. Vicky is just so damn talented.
Yeah, she really is.
And it's lined with the polka dots.
And it's got the sheep on there.
I know, it's got sheep on there. It's so cute. So I've made progress when I have a picture of me.
You've really made progress. Wow,
yeah.
I'm very impressed.
I've just started this. I've got a picture of me trying it on, and I'm stopping here on the because I think it may be as long as I want. I'm very short-waisted, so I have it here, and now I've started on the sleeve.
Yep.
And
are you loving it?
I am.
Great.
It a little bit like yours. It's just kind of mindless.
Yeah.
But I must say I've got a problem with sleeves, and I can't decide if I should go to double pointed or go with this. I don't know if they call it the magic loop, where you're knitting on long and you pull a loop through and then move it.
Well, they've definitely got plenty of short cables out there.
I tried it with a short cable and it's kind of awkward. Or for me, it's awkward anyway.
Yeah, and you've already got the pretty short tips. They're the 4 inches.
I think so. So I haven't really figured out the best technique for doing sleeves. It may just be a mental, right up there with buttons. I'm going to be at a point where all I want to do is blankets because I'm whining so much.
Vests.
Yeah, or vests where there is no.
Yeah, that's part of my reason I'm like, this is great because I only have to get to the bottom one time.
And you're done.
And I'm done.
Well, I like this, and I think I'm going to end up blocking it because the ribbing is so squishy.
Yep.
But Yeah, anyway, I'm really having fun with it. This is going to be one very warm sweater.
Yes, it will.
And this is with the Montadel Cheviot that we
Yeah.
had dyed in what I'm calling kind of saffron color. And I
Yes,
just
it's gorgeous.
love the color. This is more rosy.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I'm knitting.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all we've got for today.
Yeah, we've just got the sun shining, and we're going to start in on Savage Heart Farm yarn. And yeah, all is good.
Yeah. Thank you for bearing with my, kind of drowsiness
Yeah, I hope you
today.
feel better.
Yeah, I do too. I hope you don't get what I've got.
Me too. Me too. That's there you go.
All right. Thank you for watching.
Take care.
Bye.